Dirt roads to rock crawling, two-buck chuck to screaming eagle, moonshine to 50-year-old single malt. We talk about it all here on Wheelin' Wine and Whiskey with your hosts, Jason and Chris.
Welcome to Wheeling Wine and Whiskey Podcast, episode 205. You didn't get rid of me yet, Chris. I'm back.
Oh, shit. You're back in the house. Guess who's back?
Again. Jason's back. Tell a friend.
Hey, I think we did okay covering while you were in your absence of
you did great.
Your mountain therapy.
I called you and I go, hey, what are we doing for an episode this week? He goes, don't worry about it. And I'm like, okay, well, what do you want to do? He goes, don't worry about it. I already got it covered. I'm like, all right then. I go, do I get to preview it? He goes, no. I go, well, I hope you didn't talk about Toyotas. And he goes, well, maybe. So I didn't hear the episode until all of you fine listeners heard the episode. So it was very good. It was nice to take some time off.
Yeah.
And good job to you and Jimmy getting together. It's nice to hear Jimmy's voice more than just Tyler on the podcast. So it's good.
We even had a few innuendo things go on in that episode, and there was no giggling going on.
I'm surprised. Yeah, I'm surprised you guys didn't bash on us more. That was a great opportunity to really just light us up. But
well, we're nice guys.
Appreciate that. Yeah. Well, I expected more for Tyler, but yeah. Anyways,
yeah,
we'll see. Maybe Tyler and I will record an episode and see if we can get a word in. We'll just we'll battle it out.
It'd just be like this constant overlapping voices
vortex
the whole time.
Oh gosh.
Well, we're back in the home studio. It's almost like old times, episode 205.
It is.
Are you kidding me?
It is. Here we go.
And spring is right around the corner. The weather is clearing up. We have beautiful blue skies. It's starting to get a little warmer.
It is.
We're actually recording the day before Easter. So everybody's going to hear this on Tuesday, the day after, or 2 days after Easter. But hopefully everybody had a great Easter holiday.
Yeah.
If you observe.
Happy Easter, as they say. It's I can't believe here we are, April already, and it's kind of feels like spring now outside, but it's been a long, wet, cold winter.
Ooh, it's just been dragging on. I'm ready for sun. I'm ready for warmth. I'm ready for some summer rock crawling and some wheeling, baby.
Yeah, I was telling you today, I'm like, man, it's actually a really nice day outside. So we should be recording outside just to get back into the, like camp recording. No, it's not even windy. Look at it. It's beautiful out there. All they hear is, that's you breathing. That's all they hear.
Nice.
So
on another note, too, just, I know it's in the past, but apparently yesterday, Friday the 7th.
Good Friday.
Good Friday was also National Beer Day. So hopefully all
Good Friday. Who makes up this stuff?
I don't know, but we had National PB&J Day when I was recording with Jimmy Jett.
I don't know. I think it's another Hallmark holiday there.
Well, I'd never seen a card in the Hallmark store for National PB&J Day.
It's PBR, PB&J. I don't know.
Anyway, yeah, who puts, I know it's just the way the full moon is for Easter and how that's all determined, but to think that, everybody's, the people that are Catholics or religious that are fasting and whatnot on Good Friday, and they can't have a beer.
No.
It's like, that's just a brutal tease.
It is. I don't know. Whatever. It's those same monkeys at Chartable that are throwing darts at a calendar and picking random things. Okay, National Beer Day is going to be Good Friday. There you go. Oh, boy. Yeah, it's things that make you go, How about smog in California?
What about it?
I just went through damn near all my vehicles had to get smogged every 2 years, every other year.
There's a solution to that.
There is a solution to that, and that's to move to Nevada, which is hopefully going to happen soon.
Or you could sell half your cars.
Well, it's just ridiculous, though. So you're going to agree with me on this, is smogging your diesel pickup, which is
that's
all visual.
It's highway robbery.
It's visual. Just look at
$90
it.
every other year, just so they can rev the engine and watch no smoke come out of my exhaust.
Yeah, and you're not hooked up to some computer device, or you did alter the engine in some form or fashion.
It's all visual. They don't put the sniffer in the tail, but they stick nothing up your tailpipe.
No, that's a good thing.
Which is a good. No, I agree. The whole diesel testing bullshit is, I mean, we know that there are a lot of people, and some of our listeners probably, that have highly modified diesel rigs that if they stomp on the gas are going to roll coal. Deleted. But, I don't believe in that. And I know where you stand on it, but, I'm a firm believer that bone stock for what we put our trucks through is more than adequate.
Oh yeah, it's just ridiculous. So I had to. I found a good place, and I will give them a shout out because we only talk about people that we businesses and products that we support on this podcast, and absolutely no sponsorship at all. But Dylan Motorsports, so they're in downtown San Jose.
Okay.
So if you are in the Bay Area of San Jose, it's DHILLON, and totally unsolicited, but from them. But I discovered them a few years ago.
Okay.
And bringing sports cars and any vehicle that you care about to a smog shop is. Can be a little daunting if they don't know how to use a stick shift and they keep stalling your, Shelby Mustang on the dyno. It's not very encouraging, right? Well, these guys know fine automobiles and have highly trained mechanics and do a great job and a great price. It's the lowest price I've found in the Bay Area. And if you go onto their website, DylanMotorsports.com, you get $20 off. There's a $20 smog coupon on there. So that 85 comes down to 65, and I think it's even cheaper for a car. So
Shelby's not a car?
Well, it is. No, but my truck was more, right? That's what I'm saying. So, but he hooked me up, did a great deal, and I just want to give them a shout out for if you got to go through this painful smog experience, they made it pain-free, and I just wham bam, thank you, man. Brought 3 vehicles down there within a week and just got it knocked out, and then paid all the ridiculous fees to the state DMV, and it's just freaking ridiculous.
Well, you could sell part of your 27 car fleet and solve that problem a little bit.
No, I have sold a few, but that's not the point. The point is to register or do anything in the state of California. I mean, California, it's fucking expensive.
Well, yeah, for sure. I when you mentioned, dropping off your car like that, I have images of, Ferris Bueller's Day Off, where they're dropping the car off at
backing it off.
the car lot. What do you think? We're professionals. Do you speak English?
No, we stay there. Kay is the owner, and I actually just started BSing with him, so we had a good conversation. But they got a nice, reception area, nice cozy couches, and coffee, complimentary coffee and snacks and chips and all kinds of stuff. So, I mean, literally, I made an appointment, so it was in and out in half an hour, which was great.
Right on.
So, go see Kay at Dylan Motorsports in downtown San Jose. All right. What else? There's oh my gosh, there's so much to talk about here. I was up skiing. Yeah. And I got to tell you, man, there was a huge struggle for the ski resorts this year with personnel, and the food and beverage is not like what it used to be at some of these resorts. Where,
I bet.
You got some. You always paid an arm and a leg,
Yeah, my memory is not that vague.
$25 burgers, and
$18 beers. Or whatever.
Yeah, it's just it's crazy expensive. Well, the prices are still there, but you don't have anybody to interact with anymore.
They have like kiosks now.
Yeah, so there's a kiosk, or you order through your phone, which is crazy. And then I saw at Alpine Meadows. And I didn't do it. I didn't eat there that day. But you go around and to the, pick up your sandwiches or whatever, your pizza and your beers and all that stuff. So Tallboy beers I saw in somebody's tray. And then you set the tray down on this stand where normally there would be a cashier. and there's a camera up above that identifies what is on your tray.
How accurate is it?
I don't know. Apparently, it's pretty accurate. It can tell the difference between a beer and a Long Island iced tea or whatever. I don't know.
Can it tell the difference between a 6-incher and a foot long?
Apparently. So, I was watching, I just saw a couple people go through there and they just set the tray down and, there's a screen there and then you touch the button and then you put in your card and pay and off you go with your tray of food and you've been charged.
This is because minimum wage keeps going up.
Yeah. So, there's several reasons up there. The housing for employees is damn near impossible. So,
well, part of that other thing too, the other part of that too, especially for those places, is they have those contracts with the
J1s,
seasonal labor that come from all over the country, because you have ski resort workers that follow the snow. They go from northern hemisphere to southern hemisphere or whatever it is they do, or they only want to work during the winter so they can go to Hawaii and surf during the summer or whatever it is. So, but all those contracts run out April 30th or May 1st.
End of March typically.
Oh, is it even that?
Yeah, typically the end of March, because skiing's usually done by then.
Well, right, and that's why you see resorts, even though there's plenty of snow, they still shut down.
Even during the height of the season, I mean, it just wasn't there, and I'm just like, dude, this is crazy. Just this pointless or contactless. Whatever you want to call it, is pointless.
But Taco Bell and Burger King are all the same way, dude.
I'm seeing it more and more, and I went into this. I met up with one of my buddies that's lives up there in Tahoe City, and we went to what used to be a food truck. And then they bought out one of the McDonald's up there in Tahoe City, closed up. It's called Fuller's, this food truck, and good sandwiches and stuff. And he goes, hey, let's meet there. And I'm like, okay. And where you would normally walk up to the counter where there'd be a cashier and everything is a computer, and you order off the computer. Now there's people in back, preparing your food, obviously, and making killer sandwiches. And then when your order's up, they come on out and say, okay, Jason, order up. And they bring it to you, and hey, thanks for coming in, and you go sit down. But it's so weird now. It's
the future, man.
I don't like it.
Well,
I don't like it. And cashless, it doesn't take cash.
Yeah, no, I know.
There they did. It was like if you had to pay by cash, you didn't have a card, you had to ring a bell, and then the person would come out and take your cash and everything. But so
what do you want?
They still got that, but it's like, at the ski resorts, there was no cash. Everything's cashless.
Say, what do you want, boomer?
Yeah, everything's cashless. And I'm just like, I don't like it. I don't like it.
It is what it is, man.
All right.
I mean, I know. I mean, it's the same way down here, but that all has to do with, cost of living, labor, minimum wage, and I mean, everybody fought to get minimum wage to $15, and then it's $15.50, and now they're, we got to get it to 20. I'm like, do they not? I went to the other day, so we can talk about it a little bit later, but I picked up my new trailer. And as a reward to myself afterwards, I stopped at a restaurant in Livermore.
Got an ice cream?
No, I went to Hop Divine, which has great food, and they've got a big beer menu.
Did you have your trailer with you?
No.
Oh, you'd already dropped it off. Okay.
So I went in there, and I'm like, I'm by myself, man. I had a sandwich and 2 beers, 2 pints, of really good beer, and it was $40.
Yeah. Yeah, that's not too bad.
Well, not too bad, but still, I mean, it's like shit. I mean, it's
because sandwiches, like a chicken sando or something, $16-18 now. Burger, $16-18.
Chicken pesto sandwich. It was really good.
$6.50, $8 for beer, and then tax. And I got hit with a. Some of these fees, right? So one of the it will remain unnamed. It's a very good restaurant up in Truckee, and so I'm looking at the receipt, just glancing at it, and had some drinks and food and appies and all that stuff. So I'm going through, and then at the bottom, you got tax, and then there was an employee health fee.
Oh yeah,
employee health fee tax.
You're subsidizing their benefits.
Exactly. Yeah. So it was like, I don't know. It was under $2. It was like $1.77 or something, which is like, all right, whatever. But I'm like, the most ridiculous fee I've seen added to a receipt up there in Tahoe. I think I talked about it before here on the podcast. Snow removal fee.
Oh shit. Kind kind of goes without saying.
Well, if you have a fucking restaurant, you're going to have to remove snow to get patrons in. But now they're going to charge you to have access to go.
It just never ends.
To go,
You watch. There's going to be an oxygen fee soon. You want to breathe? You pay.
You want clean air? Oh my gosh! Yeah, just to be a patron of their establishment, you have to pay a snow removal fee to get in. I haven't frequented that place since. I don't know if that fee was there.
Do they charge that fee during the summer?
It might be warranted this year, but yeah, I don't know.
Wow.
Sunshine fee.
Well, I mean, we talked to some people. Obviously, you spend a fair amount of time up there. I spent a little bit of time this winter up there, but I mean, the snow loads on the homes and businesses were so extreme this winter. I mean, you look at the Safeway restaurant in Round Hill had issues. They closed it because they had structural damage to the roof. The Rayleighs down at State Line actually
collapsed.
Section of the roof caved in, and obviously they had to close So I mean, there's not a whole bunch of supermarkets up in the Lake Tahoe Basin. So at that point, everybody's kind of scrambling to go down to the Y, which is where that, Albertsons or whatever the hell it is.
I don't know, yeah.
But, I mean, so I get it, but there was quite the little businesses going on, or upstart businesses for people to go up on people's roofs to shovel and snow blow, and people were driving snow blowers up onto their roofs.
Well, they're calling it the white gold rush. It is. People were getting $150 to $200 an hour for shoveling. And I went into the local Ace Hardware there in Truckee, like the best Ace Hardware ever. It's just a fun store to go in. They got everything in there.
They have a little old hunchback man in the back that knows where everything is.
There is a guy back there like that. But people were literally just droves of people were buying shovels left and right. And it was limit 2 shovels per person.
So you drive down to the Bay Area, bring some up and sell them for
limit
a profit.
2 shovels per person. And I mean, and you drive around town and stuff, and every pickup truck had shovels and a snowblower in the back. And talking to, I think it was Nick Bailey, Avalanche Technical, he said, I found another good use. Or no, it was Horton. Horton said he found a good use for Max Tracks, and that was for getting snowblowers on the roofs. So,
right.
Yeah,
that's right.
So it's just insane, and the amount of snow that's up there at the 7,000 foot level and above is
crazy.
I mean,
it's crazy.
As high as a semi truck.
Oh,
as high as the semi truck going down Highway 80 there over the summit. It's insane. It's great. We need it. I hope it melts slowly so we don't have major flooding.
Right.
There's going to be some crazy as as it happens here in California. We'll go from 30 degree to 50, 60 degree weather up there, and it's going to start.
Channels.
There's going to be some crazy slides. So those of you that adventure in the backcountry like me, hopefully you're AVI certified and well aware that there will be avalanches going on, and that spring snow is very dangerous because it's the consistency of wet cement. That is the best way to describe it. And it will let go. I've seen it. And it is so hard to dig through and stuff. So you get caught in that, sayonara. It's bad news bears. So anyways, be aware and be respectful of the environment and be prepared for what you're getting yourselves into, whether you're wheeling or just hiking or whatever out in the backcountry. Yeah, there you go.
I'm just giving PSAs out left and right.
And when the snow does melt, it's going to become pothole season up there. The potholes are fucking ridiculous. I saw 3 cars with low-profile tires, mostly Audis, that broke wheels. They broke their rims.
Oh, I don't doubt it.
From hitting potholes up there because they got rubber band tires on a metal wheel. The potholes, it's just insane. So, there's only 2 seasons up in Tahoe, and it's snow season and construction season. So it's coming up on construction season, right. And the potholes are going to be crazy, all the repairs. But anyways.
Where'd that Subaru go? Oh, it's in that pothole. Oh boy! They use Priuses to fill in potholes.
They should. Priuses and I'll tell you, the Teslas up there are absolutely useless. They are the new Prius they're in the category of Priuses. Let's just say up there of what a Prius is down here is what a Tesla is up there.
I got all-wheel drive.
It's got a lot of hate.
I can do whatever I want.
All-wheel drive. I see a ton of them on tow trucks because they ran out of charge.
Yeah, no doubt.
They're running their heaters and stuff, and then you get stuck in a traffic jam, and then no power.
Well, that was what it was like on Highway 50 last year or the year before last. I mean, it was like it's if you have a gas, everybody, these Tesla drivers are busting on internal combustion engines, but when we run out of gas or diesel, a truck pulls up with a tank and fills our tank up, and we start the engine back up and drive off into the sunset.
Right.
With a Tesla, they got to bring in a generator truck, and they have them. They absolutely do. AAA has a rolling generator truck.
Yeah.
That pulls up.
What's that cost?
I don't know.
Is that what you got? A AAA membership, so obviously that's how you access that.
The first 5 minutes are free.
Is that what it is?
I don't know.
You probably roll a little, you spin a wheel like a Wheel of Fortune, and you see how many minutes you get.
I don't know, but that's just
ridiculous.
I get it, but I don't think that if you're a car owner and you live in the Bay Area and you've got two vehicles in your garage, one's a Suburban and one's a Tesla, and you're going to go to the mountains, take the fucking Suburban, okay?
Yeah, take a real four-wheel drive with snow tires.
Just saying.
All right. Let's talk about your trailer. Yeah, I want to hear more about your trailer.
I got a new trailer. Woo.
So congratulations, because my biggest fear, and Lorenzo, he's like, dude, I got some huge concerns. And I'm like, what, Lorenzo? And he actually shed a little tear. He goes, Chris sold his trailer, and I don't think he's four-wheeling ever again. But you went out and bought a trailer, so that's good.
Well, everybody started scaring me and saying, man, it's going to be trailer season before you know it. And
trailer season.
Started snapping up trailers left and right.
It's wabbit season. No, it's duck season.
But it's funny. So I had my eye on a trailer. I've been eyeballing different styles. I looked at it in a drive-over style.
Buggy trailers.
Yeah, 8.5 foot by 18. And I said, that'd be cool, but they didn't have the payload I want. They're only 7,000-pound trailers. Mm-hmm. And I really wanted to go for a 10,000-pound, 99.90 officially.
Well, yeah, you want to be under 10 for registration. 10, again, I don't know if that's just California or if that's a federal thing.
It's the BITS program. It's a whole bunch of different things. So anyway, I found a trailer, and it was a great price. I'm like, man, I'm going to snap this thing up. So I contacted the dealer there out in Lodi. It's called Trailers Plus, and this guy Curtis, super cool. He's like, all right, yeah, that trailer's here. You can reserve it for $1.
Okay.
So
I'll give you two.
$1. Okay, perfect. So I reserved it, and I'm glad I did, because I showed up for my appointment on last Wednesday, and there was another dude sniffing around the lot, and he's like, I want this trailer. And Curtis is like,
I bought it for $1.
That trailer is already reserved. He's like, well, I'm here first. It's like, no, you don't have an appointment. This guy's got the appointment.
And he paid $1.
And I paid $1. So, finished the transaction, dude. At Trailers Plus, everything was super automated.
Really?
All done on.
So you actually talked to a person. You didn't have to just order it online on a kiosk or something.
Everything he'd look on his computer and say, "Okay, you're going to get a text message, and you click on this, and then boom, 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 and or you get an email and click on this, boom, boom, boom."
Oh, for all the DMV paperwork and stuff.
DMV paperwork.
So it's almost like a kiosk.
Almost like a kiosk, but it was. I mean, I ended up finally signing some papers that he printed out. But for the most part, like the electronic fund transfer was all done over my phone and text message. I ended up having to call somebody to confirm that I was literally, truly doing this, because it was a significant amount of money, But yeah, and then the guy, it was super cool. I mean, he's like, "Do you want this coupler lock? Do you want a spare tire? It's bare bones. I mean,
yeah. Stripped down.
It's just a trailer, with good tires, and it's 90,
brakes on all four.
Yeah, brakes on all four. LED
dovetail.
lights. It's
LED
dovetail,
lights,
ramps. So it's 18 feet by 7 feet. And it's 82 inches between the wheel wells. Between the wheel wells.
Yeah, it's like mine.
And so it's stout, man. I drove that thing home, and I'm just scoping it out. It has no tie downs other than the stake holes. Mm-hmm. So, but my son Craig, he's a professional welder.
Weld some D rings on.
I'm going to buy some D rings, and
it also has the jack stands in the rear, so you can put those down, so it stabilizes the trailer when you back off it, which is really nice.
Correct. Yeah, and those are obviously standard. But what was really cool when we hooked the trailer up, the PDI, they did the pre-delivery inspection. So So the technician's there. He's like, okay, we're going to do this. We're going to do this. And then he's like, check your phone. There's a text message coming in. Click on that link and we're going to go through and you're going to sign all the things as we walk through this process. Geez.
So it's all documented.
So it's all, literally everything's documented. The brake controller, the brakes, the lights, the tire pressure, the lug nuts being torqued. I mean, it was super thorough, dude. I mean,
That's amazing.
I was super happy with. So like I said, listeners, if you're looking for back to the trailer season. So there was like talking to Curtis. He's like, it's like now that the sun's come out, people are calling left and right, buying trailers for their toys.
Sure.
And it's like, typically during the rest of the year, you get a lot of contractors that want a trailer for their Bobcat or their whatever, and now I'm getting a lot of calls from people that want to buy trailers for their rock crawlers or their side-by-sides or whatever it is.
Yeah.
So if you listeners, if you're in the market for a trailer and you want to buy a brand new trailer, jump on it now because
go reserve one for $1.
Get it reserved for $1. Trailers Plus, I really enjoyed the experience. It was super easy. I told Curtis I'd talk about it.
Well, there you go.
But yeah, the trailer's badass. Can't wait to get it loaded up and go wheeling.
That's cool. So as you're going through this checklist and everything on your phone, did you get points deducted because you hooked it up to a Dodge?
No. Plus points for hooking up to a Dodge.
Oh, underrated truck, Dodge. Okay, minus 10.
God, man. Truck's badass, dude.
Oh, shit. Well, that's good. Well, congratulations. Dovetail, and your ramps. You got ramps on the side that come out?
Ramps on the side.
All right.
But we had some concerns from a listener, and I was like, well, I'll just move the trailer.
Kevin Poole mentioned that. I've never had an issue, and usually I just hook up the trailer and pull it out, to wherever we're loading up anyways. But it's and then with the buggy, I don't even put the ramps out. I just drive up.
Right.
But I do put blocks under there because I want to do like what your trailer has with those two stands that come down and you can pin to lock the ass end down, so it takes the the weight off the pushing down on the ass end and pulling up your hitch.
Right.
But my buggy's so wide it would run those over. So so I just put blocks of wood. I do an old redneck way and just put blocks of wood under the back that helps stabilize it.
Whatever works.
It does work. It's not as fancy, but it works.
So modifications to the trailer. I'm going to get D-rings. I'm going to start with 4, probably end up with 6 or 8 when it's all said and done, because I want to have options for different tie down points. I want to get a toolbox to mount on the tongue, the A-frame there, and the tongue.
Harbor Freight box or something.
Yeah,
on the
something
front.
Like that. And then a spare tire mount because you got to have spare. Got to have a spare. We all know that. Been stuck on the side of
trailer
I-5.
Tires.
Yeah, and these are not the trailer tires that came on there aren't exactly A+.
Yeah, but they'll be good for a year or two.
They'll be good for a couple of years.
Keep the air, proper air in them. Yep.
Mm-hmm. So, and then, I want to do some E-track on the deck so that I can tie down, whatever.
So, talking about that, you and Jimmy talked about, well, what should I do with this trailer when I get it? Should I check the bearings and all that stuff? And I think, what my comment there is jack it up and give the old, 12 and 6 movement on the tire and see if you got, there should be a little bit of play. You don't want to, spin it and listen and, it should be nice and smooth. And run it, do a couple trips. We got the safety clinic coming up and stuff.
Yep.
You can, run it and then do the same thing when you get back. And
if it survives Cienega Road, man, it's going to survive.
Oh yeah.
Anything.
Geez, talk about potholes and stuff. Yeah. So yeah, I just keep an eye on, make sure everything, since everything is brand new, and then do a little, brake test and test your lights and, good to go. Run it for a year. And then I would, after a year, go ahead and pull the wheels off and check the bearings and all that stuff.
Well, they do all that. That's 2 years worth of free. Yeah.
Really?
That's another plus.
Oh, wow. That's nice.
So, it's funny you mentioned the brakes because when I hooked up the guy doing the PDI, I was like, now make sure you set your brake control to like 1 or 1.5, no higher than that. I'm like, well, that's pretty low.
Yeah.
He's like, well, these are brand new brakes. I had it set at like 3 and it's like,
Oh yeah, good. So Dragon tires.
I put it down weight on there. He wasn't kidding. He knows his shit.
Oh, well, that's good.
But yeah, they have 2 years of free. You bring it in, they'll do a free inspection on it. So obviously,
perfect.
If they find things, they're going to want to make money on repairs.
Well, yeah, but that's good. And I like to get my own eyes on everything. But that's a nice little service
for sure. No, absolutely.
Okay, so Trailers Plus.
Trailers Plus and Lodi, they have branches all over the country.
Oh,
so, I mean, they're locally owned or they're local businesses, but they're pretty big and they've got product all over the country.
Nice. So maybe if they don't have the trailer in stock, they can get it to you pretty quick from another branch. Okay.
I recommend them. It was a painless experience. I was in and out in an hour. It was fun.
So. Yeah. No, you were texting our group and you're like, I'm going to get my trailer, and then shortly afterwards, I got my trailer, and I'm like, holy crap, that was quick. It's good. It's exciting.
Yeah, no, I'm excited. I can't wait to I'm going to bring it home. Oh man, it's like, we mentioned clinic's going to be in the third week of May, I guess.
Yep, May 20th.
So I got to get those tie downs figured out and squared away, and it's no big deal. But I need to load the Jeep up on the trailer.
You need to get it on the trailer, yes,
so I can measure all level. That shit. So and then. Yeah, I'm excited.
Cool.
It's kind of cool. I have confidence in my trailer again.
Well, that's good. Yeah, so I'm glad because your other trailer worked, but it definitely was at its limits for hauling around that YJ.
A little shaky.
Yeah,
I'll call it shaky J.
I didn't. Yeah, and then it did the pivot thing, right? You didn't have ramps. It tilted.
Almost got launched off of that.
It was kind of. Yeah, it was pretty. It was kind of a home build janky thing, but it worked. It would serve the purpose for you.
No, it did fine.
So the new owner's hauling around a UTV or something. It's perfect for that.
I'm not quite sure what he's doing.
All right. Well, hopefully. Yeah, I did a little. I finally, I ordered up some Baja Design lights for the truck.
Hashtag Jason money.
Yeah, right. Well, I won at Trail Hero through Beat Not Babied. Weston Niner, did a little raffle there one afternoon on the beach. He did a little Beat Night Babied raffle.
Night?
Yeah, it was their little beach night at Trail Hero, and so you swing by and you get a raffle ticket, and so anyways. He texted me, the next day, and he goes, "Dude, you want a gift certificate to Baja Designs?" I'm like, "Sweet!"
Oh, there you go.
$150 off. I'm like, "Well, that's great." And I wanted to upgrade the fog lights on the truck. It had white fog lights. I wanted yellow for the snow and dust and stuff. And so I ordered them the Black Friday, the day after Thanksgiving, and just got them like 2 weeks ago.
Holy shit.
And so I called him up, and this lady was great. She was like almost too enthusiastic. I'm like, "Hey, I'm just checking on order number XYZ 55549. And she goes, "Oh, yeah, Mr. Green, we got you in here. And I'm so sorry for the delay. We should have contacted you sooner. But hey, we're working on this, and here's what's going on. You're going to get the latest. We changed the lens design, and we're waiting for the manufacturer to get that. And let me look here." You hear the computer. Yeah, you are number 4 in line. Once those that part comes in, the lenses come in, we're going to get that built for you right away.
Oh, shit, man. She needs a little coffee.
Oh, my God. I was like, calm down. And so I'm like, okay, and I wasn't pissed. I was just inquiring because I was like, okay, whatever. I got plenty of other stuff going on. I don't need these lights, but, and she's like, all right, well, appreciate your patience on this whole thing. And we're going to get you going right away on that. And I will get you out a confirmation number. And I'm going to go ahead and send you an email right now. Okay, email sent. Just confirming that we've had this conversation. And, I was like, okay, it's cool. I tried to hang up 3 freaking times. I'm like, okay, I'm cool.
I thought she was going to say, "I'm sorry, Mr. Green, you have a Ford. We're not selling you anything."
No. So I got them literally like 4 days later.
Well, there you go.
So I'm like, okay, and it's got the new lenses, and I'm like, okay, and the Baja Design stuff is built super stout. I'm like, well, these are impressive.
Well, they're on Ultra 4 cars. I mean, it's
exactly, and so these were, designed. So the light is universal, and then they make a mount that you take your stock light out, and then you put this mount in, and it mounts up, and it did. It was super clean. And it was plug and play. They give you the harness. So I unplugged the lights from the stock Ford, plug this in, and it bolted up really easy.
The truck computer didn't freak out?
No, and that's the other thing. I'm like, oh, I don't like fucking with these new electronics, but turned it on, they worked, and then that night I aimed them, and I'm like, okay, cool. And then I was up in Tahoe, last week, and we had a couple snowstorms, so I went out at night and fired them off, and I'm like, oh, these things are sweet. So, cool. Nice little addition. So that worked out pretty well, and thanks to Baja Designs for giving a little gift certificate out to
no shit, that's
Wes
awesome.
Steiner at so I got that in October.
What do those lights retail for normally?
They're like $450 or something. It's crazy, but I'm like, for $150 off, and then there was a sale going on, for Black Friday, another 10-15% off, whatever it was. So all that combined up, so I got them as cheap as I could get them without being sponsored by Baja Designs. But if you're listening, Baja Designs, we'd love for you to sponsor the podcast.
Sponsorship would be great. I want to circle back and go back to the trailer thing and the hookup and my new ball that I had to buy because it's 2 5/16
Oh, did you lube your ball?
Of course I lubed my ball.
Good.
But I was so funny because I posted, like you mentioned, the posting to the group. Man, Tyler got all spun out. Tyler from Snail Trail. He couldn't quite understand, or he must have been just fucking with me, but the whole double hitch that I have on the back of my truck for the torque lift super hitch that's got the because I have the super truss. I need the extension.
Yeah,
but he was trying to. I don't know if he was trying to raise my hackles or what he was trying to do. But
hackles.
But it's just like, dude, it's just. And then I finally said, F-150s need not apply.
Oh yeah, I know. He's got to upgrade his truck, man.
Yeah, no. What I do and what we do with our trucks, the F-150 would break.
Yeah, but no, that's good. The hackles.
Got his hackles all fired up.
Hackles.
Holy smokes! What do you got over there? What is that?
I've been. I need a new floor jack. For the garage, and I'm like, all right, the new Harbor Freight Badlands jack came out at SEMA this year, right? Yeah. That is the Pro Eagle equivalent.
Yeah.
And I'm like, well, shoot, I would love to, get one of those, but they're hard to come by.
Right. They're on back order.
Yeah. So I had to go because I get some of the consumables there at Harbor Freight. They got some good grinding disc and stuff, obviously a good price. So I went in there to get that, and I'm looking for the jack, and obviously they don't have it. And then, there was...
It's like finding a bottle of Blanton's.
Yeah, there was a helpful gal there. Hey, can I help you out? What do you need? Almost as helpful as Baja Designs there.
She all hopped up on coffee.
I think so. So I'm like, hey, I'm looking for that Badlands, Pro Eagle-esque jack. Oh, yeah, the off-road jack. And she goes, yeah, I got a ticket here for it. I'm like, okay, well, what does that mean? Well, she means, you pay for it now, and it'll be about 2 weeks, and we'll give you a call, and you can come pick it up.
That's convenient.
I'm like, okay. I'm like, sign me up, So $300 as opposed to $600.
Right.
And, it's supposed to be exactly the same, right? As compared to,
it's got some additional features.
The cool feature, though, that it does have that everybody's raving about is
the dolly feature.
Is it locks? Yeah, the handle will lock. So as you're doing the pumping action normally to pump up the jack, it will lock so you can kick up the front wheels and easy maneuverability. Correct. So you're just moving around on the rear wheels, the larger rear wheels. Right. So I'm like, okay, well, that'd be great. It's a 3-ton jack. I'm like, okay, this is good. So, and it's got the extension, just like the Pro Eagle, so you can get more height, 29 inches or something like that. So yeah, I'm like, this is cool. So, I said, great, let's do it. So I'm looking through, the Badlands stuff, and a lot of people were talking about it at the SEMA show.
Pretty good stuff. They've upped their game.
They have upped their game, the deal. So I'm like, and Kevin Jones has been, trying to get sponsored here by Badlands and Harbor Freight. So I'm like, well, shoot, let me check out, their winches and stuff, because I've heard good things about their winches. Not that I need one, but I go over there. And there is the aluminum winch shackle sitting there. So it's just like the Factor 55, winch shackle mount, closed system. And I'm like, fuck, I need one on the buggy because I have the just D-ring on there, and at the hammers, it keeps loosening up. I need like a pin with a hitch pin deal, but it kept loosening up, and I actually lost my pin. I didn't lose the shackle portion, the D shackle, but out of the hammers. So I'm like, okay, well, shoot, how much is this thing? And because, normally there's like, what, 150 or something from
Factor 55.
From Factor 55, $157 looking at the website right now. This was $35 for the identical deal.
I mean, is it as strong as
16,000? Yes, they're both rated at 16,000 pounds. I mean, check this thing out. I mean, it's legit. It's heavy duty. So I'm like, okay, I'm going to give this thing a try. For $35, I can't go wrong. And I'm all about Factor 55 stuff, but I'm all about saving some money too. So I've got that shitty build. I mean, Smitty build, 12,000 pound winch.
Shitty build, but that thing has done.
It has proven itself over and over again. So I'm like, well, shit, I'm going to give this a try. So I've got that to put on this weekend. But yeah, they're rated the same.
Cool.
And I'm all for supporting American products, and Factor 55 is all USA, but for $35.
And you have Factor 55.
I do have Factor 55 on the Jeep. The Jeep's all Factor 55. Warren, that was back when I had money, but now I'm buggy poor. So I'm like, okay, let's give this a try. So anyways, we'll see, and I will report back on the jack. So I know they're out in the wild, and people have been using them, YouTube influencers and stuff like Holly Fowler, and so far so good. So we'll see how that goes.
Okay, cool. I'm looking forward to it. I know that. So you said it's a 3-ton jack.
3-ton.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. I got to do something about my jack at home, because I think it's a 2.5 ton, and when I was putting the tires on my Ram, man, I think it barely lifted the front end of my truck. Those diesel engines weigh a shit ton. So.
Oh yeah, you got a lot of weight in the front there.
So,
but yeah, so 29 and a 1/16 of an inch is how high the Badlands jack will go up.
Wow.
So, and as compared to 28 inches for the Pro Eagles.
As an 1.5 inches matters.
Hey, every little bit counts, man. And
size matters.
They both have the carry handle, but then you got that handle lock detent for maneuvering, and it meets ASME-PASE requirements. So, and apparently the Pro Eagle does not. I don't know.
Oh boy.
But it's getting great reviews. We'll check it out, and for half the price. There it is.
We're not sponsored by either company.
No, but Harbor Freight, we'd like you. So Baja Designs, Harbor Freight, come on.
Whiskey podcast.
No, we just do our thing,
No, if we find products we like, we definitely promote them. I mean, like I said, with A+ Trailers Plus out there, I fully stand behind or promote them, because I think they did a great job. And so, yeah. And yeah.
Well, there you go. And what was one of the other things? Oh, you were talking about putting in the aux beam.
Yep.
So like the Switch Pros-esque switch panel.
Yep.
In your Jeep. So you haven't done that yet. You're working on that.
$2,000. It's only $500 or whatever.
Yeah. Well, I actually bought one. We talked about that, and then I ended up with the Switch Pros RCR Force 12, which I have zero regrets.
Jason money.
It was a chunk of change, but I'll tell you what, that thing's badass, and they just upgraded the app for it.
What's that? Is that a case of top ramen you've got in your?
Pretty much, yeah. Rice, beans, hot dogs, and top ramen. That's what our
Jason's diet is now.
That's what it's been.
He's got Switch Pros.
Used to be Wagyu ribeyes and abalone and shrimp and nope. That's all long gone.
I've got ribeyes at home tonight. I'll see you later.
Oh, good. See, I'm having chicken. I'm stepping it up tonight and having chicken.
Chicken flavored top ramen.
Yeah.
Perfect. So anyway, what do you got?
Well, no. So Switch Pros just updated their app.
Yes.
The old app was a little clunky, but this new app's pretty cool. So it brings up your, just like your Switch Pro screen now, and you can put the icons on there.
Right.
And it's easier to program. So I actually went in this afternoon, downloaded the new app, and then connected to the buggy there. and it did some updates. And of course, I didn't read any directions. I just started thumbing through the app, and it was all intuitive, and I figured it all out. So I was showing you before the podcast. It's pretty cool to be able to
the self-destruct mechanism.
Yeah, you can remote start, from your phone and operate the whole switch panel just like you're sitting in the buggy. So it's pretty freaking cool, and it's stout. So. But you and Jimmy were talking about, and I'd mentioned to you to not hook up your ARB compressor to that deal. So it's recommended not to do it. You can do it because you're actuating the relay. So all the big current, and on an ARB, it's like 60 amps that it pulls because it's twin motor.
Right.
So 230 amp motors, 60 amps, a lot of amps running through the big wires there.
A lot of whoop house.
So you want you want to operate the relays that it comes with, the heavy duty relays and stuff. So you can do it. I think you'll be fine. I didn't do it on the buggy because I had the separate switch, and it's totally separate. So like Jimmy, I think, brought it up that, maybe you want that as a safety, if all else fails, but I don't know. There's a lot of ways to argue it, but mine and the buggy is on a separate switch.
Yeah. And currently my Jeep is wired everything separate. And I think that, having I think big point to this is that it's potentially a single point of failure for all of your electrics. But at the same time, we're shade tree mechanics, if you will. And when we're on the trail, we're going to do trail repair to make our shit work so we can get home. And I mentioned pre-show, I said, if this went sideways, I would just take the wires for the relay and run them to the battery.
Yeah.
And the
you can bypass
compressor would be hot.
Sure.
All the way through the trail.
So are you still wired to the quote-unquote stock ARB where you have to turn on your rear locker before you turn on your front?
I am.
Okay, so we need to bypass that.
Right.
Okay. Well, it's easy to do.
It's with my Dana 30 in the front, it's probably not a bad thing, because if I was to lock the front without the rear, that'd be an additional strain on my Dana 30.
No. Your locked is locked. I don't care if your rear is locked or not. You're not putting additional stress on anything. Yeah. You got to do some front digs. We gotta get
on a Dana 30. That's
fine.
With a single stick transfer case.
Well, then you'll then you'll break that, and then you'll upgrade to 1 ton. So wontons. I know how to make those work independently. So you're going to have...
It's just easy wiring.
You're going to do the front and rear switches through the aux beam?
Yes.
Okay, yeah, that's easy to do. So,
yeah.
Okay, well, that'll be interesting. Well, yeah, I can help you out with that if you want to do that.
Hopefully I can get it done before clinic. So
yeah, let's do it.
I need to find a little time.
Let's do it tomorrow.
Yeah, during Easter?
Why not?
Sure.
Happy Easter. Get your aux beam in. Let's do it.
Fly in.
Just a few wires.
Get in your helicopter, fly to Livermore.
I like wiring.
Maybe
are they doing road work?
Maybe Lorenzo will be sober and he can fly you up.
Yeah. No, he has been sober. He's been doing a great job.
Right. No road work that I could see.
Okay, well, that's good. They're done with that.
So, what else?
Moab.
Oh. FOMO.
Okay, so people are at Moab. We're not. Okay, next subject.
Moving on.
No, very cool looking at everything there. I guess it's been cold. Every IG post I see, people are bundled up pretty tight. It could be beautiful there this time of the year.
Or it could be cold, just like
so. It's cold, but man, FOMO big time. Amber Turner got to drive Goldie Rocks,
right?
Jesse Combs, Ultra 4 Jeep there, and how cool was that? And it got to do the first annual Jesse Combs run. Mm-hmm. So that was super cool. And of course, her parents were there, Dolly and Eric, and the who's who in the off-road arena was on.
I'm going to take your word for it, because I literally saw first few couple of posts last weekend, and I logged out of Instagram because I was just starting to Jones, and I'm like, I'm done. I logged off.
Really?
I literally have been off. I have been off Instagram all week. I have not seen a thing.
Oh boy!
I saw that Dolly and Eric were driving.
You picked up your toys and left the sandbox.
I was just like, nope, I'm not going to sit here and stress myself out and FOMO up all week. I disconnected. connected.
Okay. Well, that's good. That's good. So nothing happened. You don't know what happened. But,
I have no idea.
Yeah, no, Amber got to do that, which was super cool. And hopefully that becomes an annual thing.
No, that'd be cool. No,
yeah,
for sure.
Yeah. But then area BFE. So
yeah, I heard that there was going to be some shenanigans.
So they had a bunch of trail rides stuff there being led by like JT Taylor did a run. You know, there was I think Dave Wong was doing a run as well. I mean, it is just that's some crazy wheeling out there. And
buggy stuff.
Yeah, I mean, there's other stuff too, but yeah, there's a lot of buggy. So they have a trail called Black Flag. So I know they were running that and watching Lauren Healy, you know, in his red dot buggy up there. Dave Wong, Jason Blanton and his Tracy Metalworks buggy. I mean, it's cool stuff. Very, very hardcore and a lot of winching and rollovers and carnage. There was some serious carnage. So it was fun watching that whole deal go down. But yeah, and the vendor show, you know, our friends down there. Tyler was down there from
Power Tank.
Power Tank, yeah. I'm like, damn, man.
Well, maybe next year. Maybe next year we can make it happen. I know it's just that's one of the reasons why I disconnected. I'm sitting here. It's like, man, you know, spring for me, the golf industry just gets stupid, and I mean it'll be tough, but I got to figure out a way to make that happen because clearly there's just too much excitement and a lot of fun things to do in Moab. And I know Trail Heroes, you know, a little bit different terrain, but kind of the same, a little bit of the same.
Sure.
But I got to pick one and do one or the other.
Yeah, no, Trail Heroes the one for sure. And you need to get out there this year. It's already lining up to be an awesome event.
Oh yeah, for sure.
It is an awesome event already, but it's going to be even bigger and better.
Well, we'll talk about that in future episodes.
You mentioned golf. I got a quick little golf story. So I was
Masters this weekend.
The Masters this weekend, which I didn't even watch it last year, but this year I watched a little bit here and there. So being in the golf industry, you know, it's Augusta National. It's the holy grounds, right? Did you get to visit? Did you go there?
I've never been.
You've never been.
Not
So
yet.
I got to go in 2007. Being a superintendent. When you're a member for a certain amount of years, 10 plus years or whatever, you get a gold card. Is that what it is? Something like that?
It's not 10 years. It's when you're a Class A.
Well, Class A, you get your gold card. Okay, yeah, 5 years as a superintendent. So, you know, friends, fellow superintendents, we had our gold cards. We're like, let's do this, you know? So we flew out there to Georgia and stayed at Holiday Inn that's normally $60 a night for $350 a night.
3 hours away.
Yeah, no, it was close. It was close. You had a shuttle that took you to the course, which was amazing. Super cool.
And
there's
2 years in advance.
There's a separate entrance for press and you know,
will
VIPs and will call and all this stuff. And so you go in and show your ID and your golf course superintendent card, and boom, you get in. And it's like one of the hardest ticket in sports to get.
One of the most expensive tickets.
And you start walking around, the angels sing, and you're walking around Augusta National. And
do you know every grass blade has its own cereal?
It does. It does have. It's got a little chip in it now. It's amazing, and we got to go into the facilities. You know, the maintenance facilities.
You eat off the floor there.
It was cool. They have a putting green in the center, or at least they did back then.
Probably still.
That's maintained to the same speeds, you know, 13, 14 on the stimp meter, and you know, crews out there putting. And actually, Ben Crenshaw was there. We walked in with Ben Crenshaw, which was super freaking surreal. He's there smoking a cigarette, and I'm like, "Gentle Ben, you know, how you doing?" And you know, superintendent here, blah, blah, blah. We came out, blah, blah, you know, he's, oh, great, man. Love you guys. And thanks for coming out and supporting. And I said, okay, you know, he goes, yeah, I'm just going to go hit a few putts here on the putting green inside the. So we actually got to putt with Gentle Ben.
That's cool.
You know, arguably one of the best putters on tour at the time.
Class acts, too.
Yeah. Anyway, super cool stuff. But so back to what triggered the story. You mentioned golf, and I haven't been into a golf store or anything really golf related in a long time, other than, you know, playing a couple rounds of golf a year. So there was, I went over to running around yesterday, and I had to run to a store, and there was this Golf Galaxy Mart, and I'm
Golf Galaxy.
Yeah,
it's
Golf
like
Galaxy.
Pizza Universe.
It's over.
Pizza. What's that from Toy Story? Pizza Planet.
Oh, Pizza Planet. Yeah, this is Golf Galaxy. And it's over on Stevens Creek in San Jose. And I'm like, well, I'm just going to check this place out. So I walk. It was a huge store. And, they had the clothing. They had golf bags. Of course, anything golf related, right? Shit ton of clubs.
Golf simulator in the
And then
back.
you go all the way in the back. And then they had the golf simulators. And you could get a lesson. And you could try out clubs. And, there was fitting rooms. And I'm like, oh, my gosh, this is crazy. Well, I'm like, what I actually do need is I need to regrip my clubs. And, when we worked at the golf course, you just go in and regrip your own clubs.
That's right.
Everything's set up in the back and the club room,
I had people do it for me.
Yeah, well, of course you did. You had people do it for you, but I always did it. I enjoyed doing it, but I need to get new grips. So I'm like, and they have a ton of grips sitting out there, now.
It's crazy how the selection's exploded.
So I'm like, okay, I'm looking and they vary anywhere from like $5 a grip to $15 a grip. I'm like, holy crap.
Plus labor.
Well, yeah, and then you got to pay to have it put on, and then the putter grips. I use one of the bigger putter grips to keep your hand square, and I'm like, okay. So I'm thinking, well, maybe I'll buy some grips and do it myself again. And they had the kit that you could do it yourself,
the razor, the knife, and the tape, and all this shit.
Yeah, and I'm like, okay, and then I'm like, all right, well, I'm running out of time. Okay, cool, maybe I'll come back, and then I'm thinking, well, shit, Amazon. Dude, you can go on to Amazon, get a full set of grips, 13 grips, the tape, the solvent, which we used gas, and the vise, the club to put into the club clamp.
Rubber insert,
the rubber insert to put into your vise to hold your club, and it's got a knife blade on it and everything to clear all your old tape and grip off.
That's right.
Dude, it's like $35.
Oh shit! What
you
brand?
You could
Win or
there's Win also that was more, but still you could spend up to 140. But still, it was. I'm like, that's
for the amount of golf that you play nowadays. I mean, to go full tilt, we're losing a lot of listeners right now, but but it's grips are important. I'm due for a regrip myself.
Well, so I'm going to do it myself.
Well, there you go. I'll bring my sticks down next week.
I was going to say, I'll have all the stuff. Just pick out your grips and get them over here.
Perfect.
We'll do a grip party.
Oh, shit.
Get you playing golf again.
And wire my...
when was the last time you played golf?
A few months ago.
Oh, boy. So, and you work at a golf course.
I was supposed to play a couple weeks ago up at Foxtail, but I didn't. So, anyway, well, right on. So you've adventured back into the golf world. You're just
I'm getting fired up for spring.
Well, that's right.
Because we're not going to be able to four wheels, so I'm thinking, well, shit, maybe I'll play golf.
There you go. Just play a ton of golf. You can get a tee time at my place. And,
good luck.
Tee it up.
I've known you for. I've never played it. I've played one of your golf courses that you worked at over the years.
Dude, I can't even get a tee time right now.
That's ridiculous.
It's stupid.
You don't even know.
Golf is so busy right now. All right. So hey, we have an interview.
We do.
Yeah.
Okay.
What?
Well, we also have a voicemail.
I know. Well, we can do all that.
Okay.
Make it all happen.
I got one more thing to talk about too.
Okay. You want to keep going?
Nope. You want to call Jimmy?
No, I don't want to call Jimmy. Jimmy and I already did that. Love you, Jimmy, but that was a one-shot deal.
Wow. Wow, the Toyota Dodge podcast.
Wow.
One-time deal.
Anyway, we had a good dear friend of ours, Renee Allen, came on the show for a little teaser or bump or pump or whatever you want to call it for
promotion
for Sierra Trek 2023, which is right around the corner. It's 4 months away, but the registration
it'll be here before we know it.
Registration is open, so we're going to play that.
Okay.
And a ton of information, and hopefully everybody.
Should we do that now?
Let's do it right now.
All right, let's do it. All right, Chris, here we are. We got another phone a friend here.
Woohoo!
Phone a friend. So we've got Renee Allen online here.
The Renee Allen?
Yeah. Second year of the chairman of Sierra Trek, the Cal 4-wheel Sierra Trek up at our favorite place, Meadow Lake, California.
Love it up there.
The old mining town. And we said, hey, let's phone her in to find out the updates of what's going on for 2023 Sierra Trek.
Dunk tank, right?
I don't know. We're going to find out. Renee, are you there?
Clad dunk tank.
I am here. Hi, guys.
Well, welcome to the
Chris. Hey,
podcast
Jason.
once again.
Why, thank you. One of my favorites.
Well, it should be your only favorite, but that's okay. That's okay. We'll let it slide.
Okay, my only favorite.
Okay, there you go. That's better. Much better.
Okay.
Well, welcome. And yeah, here we are, man. What are we only like 4 months away or something like that?
Jeez. It'll be here before you know it.
So
4 months.
It's coming up
4 months on Monday.
so quickly.
I know. It's scary.
How much snow's up there right now? Right now.
Oh,
There
God.
we go. You had to go straight to that, didn't you?
Yeah, you
yeah.
had to go straight to that.
Let's get it out of the way. It's like ripping a Band-Aid
It's
off.
the elephant in the room, the big white elephant, the woolly mammoth in the room.
No kidding. The big white abominable snowman in the room.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of snow, but I mean, we're getting asked a lot, and we're not changing or moving Trek. It's happening August 10th through the 13th. We are making no plans. We do think there could be still some snow drifts in the shadier spots, but we're full steam ahead. We have a plan for the road into Meadow Lake if we by chance need to do some plowing to get the ice broken down. As you know, that once people start going in there, if there's like a buildup in the shady spots,
Right.
we have a plan in place just in case we need to use it. But the lake will be full, and we have our plan with PG&E will be lowering the water level. So for a lot of people who love to run Fordyce, this could be your only opportunity to run the whole entire trail, just because the water is just going to be raging all summer.
Well, that's a really good point because, it's a hardcore trail.
Yep.
And it crosses Fordyce Creek 3 times.
Not once, not twice,
But
but
3 times, and the first water crossing is always the deepest. The first cut's always the deepest, Chris.
I've seen it swallow down Toyotas.
Yeah, so there's always chatter, during the year when the snow melts and when they release water from the upper dams. It's like, okay, what's the flow, and you can go to Dream Flows on the old interweb there, and it will tell you. And then when it's like 300 plus, it's like, no, don't do it. But then there's some, clapped out Toyotas that got to try it and float halfway down the river. But I mean, there's some.
We laugh, but it happens. It happens
It
every
happens.
freaking year, and it might
all
even be
see it.
those clapped out Jeep Cherokees.
Well,
do it, too.
I learned that one of the favorite videos, most downloaded river crossing videos, was none other than our buddy Stuart. Stuart.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. He's in one of those. I'm like, no way, that's you. And he's all, yeah, look close. And I'm like, son of a bitch.
Ooh.
But anyways, so yeah, you're right. I mean, so during this event, the PG&E works with Cal 4 Wheel and turns down the water flow a week before the event so that during the event, it's crossable.
Correct.
Exactly. We have, so we do have a couple things. We do have access via Rattlesnake Road in case of any emergencies, because the work on the dam at Fordyce Lake has been halted because the contractor got fired yet again, from what we understand.
So that's the committee
right,
access,
so
we call that.
No restrictions for us to be able to use Rattlesnake Road, but people try and come in through Rattlesnake Road through, as we call it, the committee crossing, those of us that know it.
Mm-hmm.
Water's going to be deep.
Yeah.
All I got to say, water's going to be deep. But for Trek, we will obviously make it passable. The other thing that has come up a couple of times, because John and I, my husband, who's also chair, as we all know, we've been to a couple of meetings, and a lot of people say, well, my rig's not set up for Fordyce, so I want to squash the misconceptions, which I do every single year.
Right.
Even when I haven't been chair, and I see people ask about Sierra Trek, is Sierra Trek has something for everybody. Sierra Trek is not about Fordyce. We have the ability from camp if people want to go and be able to view the top of 5 or walk down. But Sierra Trek isn't about Fordyce. You have Signal Peak. We have an overnight run. We have the Outer Limits run, which runs the Bear Valley Loop Trail on the other side, which is a great
trail.
First-time beginner trail. We have the historic run. We're still trying to work out our plans for the ATV, UTV runs. That hasn't been finalized yet. We're working with the Forest Service to see where we can go. And it's the runs will sell out, I believe. They did last year. Last year was an awesome year. We had a fantastic year. Our vendor show is already surpassed what we had in camp last year.
Awesome.
Really?
That's awesome.
Oh, yeah. We have, and Wheeling Wine and Whiskey will be there, everybody. So if you want to come say hi to your favorite podcast peeps, they will be there.
We will be there.
I don't know. There's this Chris Means and Jason Green guy.
Who they?
You never know. There could be a special appearance by Lorenzo, but, I don't know.
True. That's true.
Lorenzo kind of like to stay in hiding because he's been kidnapped, donkey napped before. So,
that's right. That's right.
He has an entourage now.
Exactly. So we we have our same bands coming back. Diva Rocks is going to be back.
They're
for,
cool.
Friday night, Saturday night. We have Jason Green, our very own MC again for Saturday night.
Oh, I'm definitely signing up now.
Never heard of him.
Absolutely. We will have the bar again. We have the food committee all ready to go. For your registration, you get Thursday dinner, Friday, Saturday breakfast and dinner, big tri-tip dinner for Saturday night, and then Sunday breakfast. We will have the shower set up by the Sierra Treasure Hunters again. We will have the snack bar set up. Root beer floats will be flowing, as well as nachos, cheeseburgers, and all their other goodies by the Highlanders.
Oh.
So, yeah, and we will have a raffle, I think, that will exceed last year.
Wow. And you guys kicked ass last year. What was the dollar amount on the raffle last year?
$1 million.
The dollar amount, I can't divulge the number.
Oh, you can't.
The numbers last year were a new record all the way around, from the raffle, the bar, and the snack bar registration. We just killed it last year. Thank you to, it wasn't John and I, we attribute it to the wonderful team of volunteers that we have that put this kind of an event on, because we basically build a city in the middle of the Sierras.
Yeah.
And it takes a lot of work and a lot of people that give up their vacation time and come up, and there's families that come for the whole week. There's people that come up and then they leave and then they come back. We welcome any volunteer that wants to come and say, hey, I'd love to help out. Where can you use me? We can always use people in the trail, in camp, wherever. But registration is open.
So, yeah, you talk about, there's the several different runs on Fordyce Creek Trail. There's a river run. There's the all the way through run on Thursday, Friday. And then you've got the long wheelbase Bear Valley Loop.
We don't like to use long wheelbase anymore. We use Outer Limits.
Outer Limits.
It used to be the long wheelbase run, but it's that's a really fun trail. It has some good challenging spots, but they also at least on that trail have bypasses.
Yes.
So the 5 windshields on Fordyce will all be manned again.
Okay.
And we will have the trail all groomed and ready to go.
Something for everybody.
The Sierra Trek has something for everybody.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. It's, I've been going for years. I love it. It's a great area. What is, you got your pricing already set, right? People can go to Cal 4 Wheel to sign up.
We do.
All right.
We did not change any of the prices.
Same as last year?
We kept the prices the same just because.
It's a hell of a deal.
We didn't feel the need to change the pricing because we did change the pricing a little bit last year. So we figured that with everything, we just kept it the same. So the price per person is $225 per person.
Okay.
Which includes your meals, your run, Children between the ages of 7 and 15, it's $60. Any kids under 7 are free.
Oh, okay.
We do have, to your listening audience, to people who say, I'd like to come and check it out, I don't necessarily want to do a run, you are welcome to, because we do offer a camping, what we call a camping food and entertainment, which you still get your meals, you get to hang out, you get to be part of the entertainment, and the price per person on that is $165, and that just covers, you're part of our permits, you're part of our food. We bring porta potties in, so it covers that too.
Insurance,
and
all
then
that.
Exactly. And then we also have a camping and entertainment, which if you want to bring your own food and you just want to come and hang out, that is $100 a person.
Okay.
Big vendor show, car show, Saturday. Camp will be hip hopping away like it was last year. The bar will be open.
Yes.
It was last year was a lot of fun because there was a lot of people. We'll have the cornhole tournament going again. We hope to have some kids activities.
Oh, don't forget the kids raffle too, right?
The kids raffle. Yep, we're looking for some clubs to help out with that, but we'll have it figured out. We do still have committee positions open, so if anybody wants to reach out. So for any information on the event, you can go to the Cal4 website under events and Sierra Trek.
Okay.
And then the other way is you can reach out to us on, we have an email just for Sierra Trek, and it is under the Cal, C-A-L, the number 4, Sierra Trek @gmail.com. And John monitors that on a regular basis. So if there's any questions, plus we have a Sierra Trek Facebook page, which I monitor. And so if there's any questions, or we've had a lot of people reach out about taking motorhomes in and the road after Sierra Trek last year. They came in and groomed it even more than we did, and the road looked amazing. So hopefully it survives winter.
That's going to be the big,
Hopefully all of our hard work last year on the road survives winter.
Yeah, so, I know. I heard the road was like dialed in right before in the fall.
It was.
Well, obviously there's going to be some washouts, but hopefully repairable, easily repairable. And
right.
I know people will be going in and taking care of all that. So
yeah, we'll be going in beforehand. To make sure everything's all good to go. We already have a plan of going up towards the end of July. John and I we might even take a day trip up when we can get up there. Mm-hmm. We've already been in contact with the camp hosts for the PG&E property campground, and they're waiting to find out when they can get in there. Sure. So they live up there locally, so they've been monitoring it and keeping us posted as well.
Right on.
Yeah. Cool. So we're excited. It's another year. This is this is our last year to quote unquote share the event. We'll still always be part of the event, but sharing it last year and this year, it's a lot of work and a lot of sacrifice. But I have to say, after Saturday night last year, it was, it almost kind of brought me to tears to see everybody out there. And then when you see how well it did for Cal 4. Mm-hmm. It was very gratifying that all that hard work and sacrifice that you put in really did make a difference. And for those who might be new to listening to you guys, Cal 4 Wheel is the California Association of Four-Wheel Drive Clubs. We're broken down into 3 districts, North, Central, South. And the money and this is one of the events for the North District. There's Winter Fun. There's a couple other, but there's mainly Winter Fun in January, February, and then Sierra Trek in August. And the profit that the events make just go right back into Cal 4. And they're the ones who help fight to keep the trails open, who keep us in the loop of everything going on. And it's extremely important to those of us who four-wheeling is our life. Yeah. And our love and our passion. It's really important that you support those who support you. You have Rubicon Trail Foundation and those groups that work on the Rubicon, and then Cal 4 just helps maintain everything. They're involved in all of the trails, all of the clubs, and there's just a lot of work that goes into the association from all of the clubs, and this event just helps that.
Help fight the good fight, the cause here to keep trails open.
Exactly.
I just opened up the cal4wheel.com/Sierra-Trek on the website. Boy, I don't know who put that video together, but that's super cool. There's some great drone footage and a great overview of the event.
Right. So that was our video that we used last year. So at the end of that has last year's dates on it. So this year is the 56th.
Yeah.
But the video, if you go on there, that was Chris Collier that put that video together.
Okay, that's cool.
It is a fantastic video.
Yes. That gives a good overview. So the dates this year are August 10th through the 13th, 2023. There you go. The more you know. And get signed up. It's open now. All runs are open. And there's also, did you mention Jim Branham's historical run?
She did.
Yes.
Yeah, so that's a good one.
Yeah. Jim's doing his historic run on Saturday again, which goes up into gives you the history up and around Truckee and the train trestles. And then he does have an overnight run again for Wednesday night, which is kind of more of an overlanding kind of run. But Jim is Mr. History when it comes to the area and the history of everything around there.
And it is so rich in history. The gold rush going on up there and everything. Right. I mean, holy smokes!
And a lot of people don't know the history of it up there.
Yes.
So. When you come up, there is a big sign. Hopefully the sign survived winter. I don't know.
The metal sign's probably still there.
Oh, yeah.
The metal sign is probably still there. Well, John welded it, but, I don't know how many club plaques are still on it. I don't know. This winter is, it's hard to tell what's left and what's not. We can tell that the well will probably still be full of water and the dance floor should still be in place.
Yeah.
Other than that, I don't know what survived winter.
Yeah, we will see. This will be an interesting year, but nonetheless, it'll be a blast as usual and great turnout. We had, like you say, record-setting numbers last year. I think we're going to surpass that this year with everybody, especially this might be the only event of the year up in the Sierra.
Oh, come on now.
I mean, we've talked about that because, the Rubicon, a lot of people are wondering when you're going to be able to get all the way through. You might be able to get part way, but it'll be with the record snow up there, which a lot of us have seen the pictures on the Rubicon Trail page on Facebook that showed the snow on top of the Ellis Creek Bridge is just... Mm-hmm. You just shake your head because there's just so much snow. And, Jason, you and I know because I grew up in Truckee and I still have a place up there. And, when you're like, you need to shovel, but there's nowhere to shovel.
Yeah, no, I've been experiencing that firsthand here the last few months. So
we run out of space.
There's nowhere to put it. I mean, it's just like everybody is in the same boat up there. And so it's the same thing because, Meadow Lake is a lot higher up than that, and the elevation, and we've seen pictures of Jackson Meadows already, and you can't even see the dam; it's buried.
Right.
Well, I'm interested to see what the benches look like, the picnic tables, to see if they've been pounded down into the ground.
They have been. Yeah, I guarantee it. So basically,
us too.
Yeah, so $225 all in for the full Monty. That's a heck of a bargain with all the meals and entertainment and just being able to participate in a full-blown city in the middle of the Sierra Nevadas.
Absolutely, next to a beautiful lake.
Yeah, it is so much fun. So,
and if people ask about, do you have to be a Cal 4 member in order to go? No, you do not. But we do require. We offer a $10 membership for the weekend.
Okay.
And you can sign up for memberships there because we do have a Cal 4 booth up there if you wanted to be a member. But we do have to, for the insurance policies and everything, we need to make sure that everybody is part of the Cal 4 event.
Right. So it's normally $50 a year or something for Cal 4 Wheel. So you could do, if you're out of state or whatever, you just want to do $10 to become a member for the weekend. There you go.
And that's for the family. That's not per person. That's like the
Got
family.
it. Okay.
Yep.
All right.
So we will have our medic on staff again in case there's any issues, which we hope there are not, as always. But we will have our medic tent. Everything will be as usual. The logo is already up on the Facebook page. We have posters that are going to be going up in some 4-wheel park locations. We're already working on some other stuff for, other stuff on the event, but there's a lot of stuff that goes on in the back end that people don't see, that don't need to know about, but we're on track to have another amazing event. Well, and I'm pretty proud of all of the volunteers that come up and help and support John and I and Cal 4-Wheel, because it does take a village to put something like this together. It's not a two-person job. And we have our co-chair, Tom Algeier, who's been going for years. Who
got a co-chair this year.
Yeah,
that's awesome.
Last year we didn't. This year we do. Yeah, woo! And Tom's awesome, and he's learning, and he's been going for years, so it'll be great.
Cool.
Very, very cool. Renee, will appreciate all the behind the scenes. I know I get to hear a lot of what you and John go through. And I'm glad it's you guys and not me.
Going, oh my God.
Yeah.
Usually I'm calling Jason going, oh my God, now what?
It's so funny. You get up there and then, it's like the duck on the pond. It's treading, underwater frantically. But on the surface, you guys looked calm last year. But this year should be a lot easier. Your second year. And you've got a lot of cool things lined up and a lot of help.
We do.
So if you want to sign up, go to cal4wheel.org and sign up there under the Sierra Trek page, events page there. And also, if you want to become a volunteer, how would they do that, Renee?
They can reach out to me through email. They can reach out to me on email, because I have a link for the committee that we don't put out there to everybody, for obvious reasons.
All right. So what's your email?
It is CAL, the number 4, Sierra Trek @gmail.com.
Okay. So Cal4 Sierra Trek.com.
Perfect.
Not org.
At gmail.com.
Quick correction, it is cal4wheel.com, Jason, not .org.
Oh, well, I got .org here on what I got brought up on the page. I'm on the Sierra Trek page right now, Chris.
They must both work. So I'm on cal4wheel.com, Sierra Trek, and it works.
Yeah, mine says cal4wheel.org.
So apparently they go both ways.
It's a woke nation here.
And listeners, I will put or Lorenzo will put all the links in the show notes.
We also have a Facebook page, Sierra Trek Facebook page. They can message me there as well, because we're going to start. John and I did a lot of social media. Actually, no, I'll take my credit for it.
Yeah,
I did a lot. I did. I really worked the Facebook page last year. We have a lot of old pictures and new pictures, and I'll be starting to work on that. I just got a little behind with everything with recovering from my knee surgery.
Sure.
So but now that we're full steam ahead, one of us is half steam ahead, but
that's
full
all right.
Steam ahead, yeah, still hopping along. And we'll be posting all kinds of stuff on the Facebook page with information, but you can message me there as well, because I follow this thing pretty regularly on a daily basis.
And no IG.
There is an IG page that I'm going to try and get going here in the next few weeks.
Okay.
See if I can get that working too, because we did use it a little bit last year, but it was a little late.
Got it.
So I'm going to try and start using it there for it to feed through to the Facebook page. I just haven't played with it that much yet, but I'm working on it.
All right. Well, let me know, and we'll promote it there as well.
Okay. Yeehaw. That sounds good. Well,
awesome.
Thank you guys as usual. I just want to start getting people aware that Trek registration is open. We are planning a fantastic event yet again, and we hope we see more people this year than last year.
Yeah.
Right on.
Yeah, no, for sure. And like I say, I have a feeling it will be because people are itching to get out, and this may be one of the first runs.
Yeah, the ones that don't.
Yeah,
don't
and there's a
snow,
lot of stuff that hasn't been finalized yet. That is good information coming. So stay tuned.
Stay tuned. Renee, thank you so much for you and Sean's efforts, and we'll give you a round of applause.
Thank you.
Look at that. Nice.
I'll take my bow. Thank you.
Not to minimize all the volunteers either. They're all doing a great job.
This isn't for the faint of heart, but John, this is a near and dear event to us. And when we were asked and decided to step up, it was time for us to give something back more than a regular, all volunteers are important, but we wanted to take it to the next level. And I'm glad we did, because it has been, we haven't divorced. Neither one of us have been buried. Neither one of us have been buried in the desert. We have survived this for the better, which is always a good thing.
Yes,
right on.
It definitely has. There are nights when it's like, nope, you need to go to your corner, and I'm going to mine, and we'll reconvene in a little while. We need to take 5 away from Sierra Trek, and I will say, after Trek last year, you were not allowed to mention Sierra Trek in this house for 2 weeks.
Right.
I was like, absolutely. There is no mention of anything. And there were certain people who wanted to start talking about Trek this year. I'm like, oh, no. Nope. No conversations about Trek, period. I needed a couple weeks to, decompress.
You're on timeout.
Yes. John gets a timeout every now and then.
All right. Well, keep up the great work. We're looking forward to it. We will be there, and
you will.
We will.
I already confirmed your vendor spot.
Perfect. We'll keep promoting it here, and hope to see a lot of our listeners out there. All right, Renee.
Hope so. All right. Thanks, guys, so much. And like I said, anybody has any questions, they can either get a hold of you guys, and you can pass it through to me, or there's other ways to get a hold of us too. So.
Smoke signals.
Bat signal.
Smoke signals. Yeah. Smoke signals will work. Hopefully it's done raining, so the
carrier pigeon.
Carrier pigeon, maybe even a drone.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Well, there you go.
Yeah.
Perfect.
There you go. All right, guys. Have a fabulous happy Easter to everybody.
There you go. All right.
Thanks, Renee.
Bye-bye.
All right. We'll talk to you guys later. Bye-bye.
So there you go. Sign up for Sierra Trek. Registration's open. Make it happen. If that didn't get you excited, go to the website, cal4wheel.com or .org. I guess they both work.
I think they both work, yeah, because I was
My computer died, so I can't verify that right now. But, I got this 18-year-old Apple POS that...
Wind it up.
I need to just throw out the window.
Wind it up.
Yeah. So... Sierra Trek's a great event. You've heard us talk about it before, and we will be there, and hopefully you will be too.
Absolutely. So,
so I just did some work on the camper, getting ready for the spring summer activities.
Nothing worse than having drips on your bed.
Well, I didn't. No, I had no leaks, but I did notice, because I'm always checking things out and use the camper quite a bit. And the vent cover above the bed had a crack, but it was on the outside. It wasn't, leaking inside or anything. So I finally got the right vent cover and replaced that.
Yeah.
The old one, it was a major operation to get the old one off. It was not happy.
You were struggling with
it. My gosh. I was like, what the F? 2003 camper. So 20-year-old camper. And I replaced the vent once before. I know it wasn't the factory vent. I replaced it once before, and it's Hengs. Hengs, or something.
I just would have bought a new camper.
Yeah, you would have, because #Chris money, and fine,
faucets leaking, new camper.
Get a $60,000 camper. Yeah,
stitching's ripped on the bed, new camper.
My trailer tires are worn, new trailer. I don't care. It's not a big deal. Must be nice,
right?
So for us poor folk, we are replacing and fixing stuff. So I did the new vent there, and then I finally, and I don't know why it took me 20 freaking years to do it, but I finally put one of the Max vent covers over my vent in the main. I have a fantastic fan, exhaust fan there in the main, the main area, the main salon of the cab over camper, all 5 square feet.
Rooms.
Well, I had one in the bathroom for years, covering the bathroom one that works great because that vent I keep open all the time, except at King of the Hammers when it's blowing 90 miles an hour and then it's rattling the door of the bathroom shower. So I close that thing at night when it's blowing.
I'd have bought a new camper.
But exactly. But I finally got that. So I got that all mounted up. So, camper is ready to go. I cleaned the battery terminals because I noticed at KOH, I was like, I should have more power than this. And one of my spare battery terminals was a little corroded. And so I cleaned that up, and then now it's just cranking.
There you go.
Solar's cranking. Everything's working. So going to be ready for Prairie City. Prairie City coming up this weekend.
That's right. We got NorCal Rock.
So the NorCal Rock race got postponed to this coming weekend.
That's right.
And so I'm going to be out there. I know Test 10 is going to be out there. He's not racing, but he's going to be out there. Keith and Melissa.
Right.
Andy Cardenas is going to be there, our photographer.
Sounds like
Ed's going to be there.
Eddie Lorenzo.
Eddie. And I don't know who else from our club per se that's going to be there. Our lawyer's going to be out there. And maybe a few of the Sacramento.
Well, they should be. It's 10 minutes from their goddamn house. So,
exactly.
I mean, come on, man.
So I'm planning on getting out there Friday night and doing a little camping Friday and races on Saturday and then Saturday night and then head home Sunday.
What is there a posting of who the registrants are for the race?
I don't know. Again, my computer's down, so I don't have it plugged in at the moment. But I can do a quick look-see here and see what's going on. But I don't think they post that.
We'll see who's going to be there, but I'm sure there'll be some great racing. Short track stuff's always super exciting. There's always going to be lots of carnage, and it's balls to the wall. Unless it's
a heck of a short course. Let me tell you, if you haven't been there, and you're in the area, check it out.
And they send it, man. They just send it.
NorCal Rock Racing.
Well, Jason's doing that. I want to do we have a new review. I know we're kind of all over the place with this episode, but we kind of just shooting from the hip as we always do here. At Wheeling Wine and Whiskey.
From the hip? We're organized.
You're right. So we have a review here from Sturvman via Apple Podcasts. He posted that on 3/30/23, titled "An Entertaining 4x4 Podcast." 5 stars. Awesome. Make sure you DM Jason so we can get you a sticker on the IG at Wheeling Wine and Whiskey. So he writes, lots of great stories from camping around Northern California Sierras. Information about everything 4x4. The wine and whiskey education is great too. Woohoo! Right on. Well, thanks so much, Sturv, man. That's a very cool review. We appreciate that.
Heck yeah. Very nice. Thank you. Keep those reviews coming in.
Absolutely. You got that information, Lorenzo, dug up over there or no?
Well, it's the 14th, 15th. So there's 15th is the main day of racing.
Qualifies on the 14th, probably.
They will be doing some pre. They got another one coming up in May too.
That's right. Well, that's the one we were at
May
last
12th, 13th. Yeah. So this one, like I say, got postponed because of the weather. Mm-hmm. I'm looking to see pricing. Oh, here we go. Friday, gates open at 10. They got tech between 1 and 6. And then 4 to 7 p.m. is the 30-minute sessions for UTV, 4,500, blah, blah, blah. And then the late people are 6:37. So that's all practice. And then Saturday, then 9 o'clock is driver's meeting. First race lines up after driver's meeting. So they'll be racing shortly after 9 a.m. on Saturday.
Like 10 o'clock.
Round 1, and then they will do round 2, LCQ if needed, and then main event, and then award ceremony will be 30 minutes after the last race there. So,
okay.
So that's the lay of the land for that weekend. Looking forward to hearing some V8s again.
Maybe some electric cars.
No, like I say, he's not racing, but he will be out there. Keith will be out there in the Test 10. So
that'll be good to see him. That'll be good to see him.
Yeah.
Right on. Now you had a review, not a review, but
I've got a voicemail from our good buddy Rover Don.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
Never know what he's going to say.
No, I know.
But he will have his. I bet you'll have his normal closing.
Well, I hope so. God, I hope so. For sure. All right, let's see if we can get Rover Don on here. I know I'm going to have to reset this every time. It won't. So here we go.
Chris, your buddy Rover Don here. I heard you bring up once again running that twin ARB through your aux beam switch. The reason you don't want to do that is that twin ARB pulls way too much current for that switch. Yes, the switch has an external relay box, but if you check the specs on that, I bet you'll find it's rated to a max of 20, maybe 30 amps per circuit. You'll have to look and see what they individually are. That compressor probably pulls 60 amps. You can still control it. You just need an external relay. The lockers, no problem, but the compressor itself, yeah, you'll need to run an external high current relay to control it. Otherwise, you're good to go. That's all I got for you. Good to hear you and Jimmy together. And just for old time's sake, Toyota sucks. That's all.
There it is.
Boom.
Oh,
thanks,
perfect.
Rover Don, for calling in. Appreciate
Awesome.
the advice. Yeah, we're going to work through this thing. I know Jason and I talked about that earlier in the episode, but yeah. All feedback is important and valuable and appreciated. For sure.
Well, he's talking about like you can't hook the compressor directly up without a relay to that, which 100% correct there. So, but actuating the relay with that pulls just an amp or maybe not even two, but to actuate the relay, that should be fine. So, do it. Find out. Report back.
I'll report back.
You got an element fire extinguisher.
I have
matter.
two.
Oh, two. So that's even better.
I'll be like, help me. No, I mean, it's like, the trailer. I mean, my stepping towards getting ready for spring and summer. I'm dealing with the screen door latch on my camper. You talked about your skylight or your vent.
Yeah.
I've got a few little itty bitty repairs on the camper, but otherwise it's good to go for the season. Got a lot of work to do on the Jeep to get it ready. I mean, it's ready to go if I just leave it as is, but I want to put
do some upgrades.
I want to do these upgrades.
Yeah.
I bought the stuff. It's sitting there in the front seat. I just need to make it happen. So.
Yes.
Getting excited, man. The weather's getting better. The rain seems to be stopped, which is good. I mean, don't get me wrong. We enjoyed the rain, but it's also now it's time to move into spring and summer and the wheeling season, and let's dry out a little bit and let's start going out and having some fun.
Yeah, let's do this, man. We got some racing around the corner here. Just start working on the rigs and get them ready so when that snow melts, we can go wheeling.
Yeah, when are we going to do Adopt a Trail? Like September?
Maybe September, October. I don't know. We're going to have to do some trips down south. I even mentioned going back down to Johnson Valley because, it's going to be a while before we get back on our beloved rock trails up here in the Sierras.
It's going to be a while.
It's a good problem to have, though.
It is. Well, hopefully the drought's over for a bit and we can enjoy some nice long hot showers and irrigate our lawns. So.
Golf courses.
On the golf course, yeah. We don't
try out my new grips.
We never waste water. We use it very responsibly.
Well, that was the thing. I mean, there's a lot of water that golf courses use, but it's way more efficient than most like 99% of homeowners and businesses out there.
Very accurate.
Very calculated. That's a whole nother podcast.
Fully computerized. So anyway, yeehaw. Here's summer coming at us fast.
You just woke Lorenzo up.
Oh, shit. Cloppity clop. What else you got?
That's it. Apparently, I'm done. You cut me off. My computer's dead.
I didn't kill your computer.
The phone. Yeah. No, we're good. I got it. I got everything.
Okay.
We got caught up. It's nice to be back on the podcast. Thanks for having me back, Chris.
Well, you went out of town, man. And I had to come up with a plan.
You did. You did it all by yourself. You and Lorenzo contrived this plan, and
apparently I can do this.
You can. Don't even need me.
Only took me 203 episodes, right? Yeehaw!
Perfect. All right. Well, with that, how to get a hold of us? Hit the email. Jason or Chris at Wheeling Wine and Whiskey. What else, Chris? There's a phone number there, too.
Phone number 408-800-5169. That's 408-800-5169.
Yeah.
Love to hear from you.
Rover Don's got us on speed dial. I like that.
I'm telling you,
love it.
Man, he calls both podcasts all the time.
I know, but I love the Toyota suck. Right
I know, isn't it great?
Good.
It's just absolutely.
Keep it coming, Don.
That's his trademark now.
So anybody can call in. Lines are open. 24/7.
Don't forget about the Instagram. That's Wheeling Wine and Whiskey, and never ever forget about our webpage.
Never ever.
WheelingWineandWhiskey.com, where you'll find all of our past episodes. And, of course, our merchandise links where you can see our clothing and whatnot, and T-shirts. Great to represent during the summer. And the Element Fire Extinguisher, of course.
Yeah, we just had Aaron Smith from Texas there that was driver of the Bomber there. The amateur to finish, the only amateur to finish in the 4400 class.
Yep.
With co-dog. Kevin Jones. Ultra 4 Jones there in the right seat. Well, he just posted up a picture on IG of him and his wife, girlfriend, I don't know, significant other, wearing Wheeling Wine and Whiskey gear. So,
fantastic.
Thanks for the support there, Aaron. And you too can get your Wheeling Wine and Whiskey merchandise there through Dirtbag Clothing.
That's right.
And the Element Fire Extinguishers. I think I'm gonna have to do a little post for Easter here.
Yeah.
We'll get them out there. We got a little discount code that we can throw out. So
cool.
If you in the market for one, hit us up. Hit me up on the DM. I got the tactical mounts, and we also got the roll cage, hard roll cage mount,
metal mount
in stock. So there'll be a little discount code for the fire extinguisher only. But now's the time. Get them before the season gets going.
Season's coming, man. Fast, coming fast and hard.
All right. Well, with that, Chris,
we're out.